You are that vessel, that temple, that church. Open your church up in surrender, in 100% surrender, withholding nothing. Open the gates to allow your flow of sweet incense to fill and overflow from you as that vessel temple, as if you're already before his throne of grace in heavenly places, and there is nothing in your mind, body, and soul withheld from your praise and worship to him. There's nothing holding you back from praising and loving him. When you surrender that to him and you find contentment and connecting to the kingdom realm of joy, love, and peace with him through praise and worship. Do not worry what you shall eat. If he uses you to give seeds to the birds, don't you think he will use someone else? Because he dressed, he arrayed, he clothed the flowers finer than King Solomon. If he did this, won't he also dress you more than King Solomon? Because you are royalty? If he provides food for the birds, won't he provide you fit for royalty, a feast? Be content and quietly at rest in your kingdom realm of love and joy. Just because you're going through some discomfort, don't let that bring down or hinder in any way your releasing that joy and love to him. Be content in your time of need, and he will, like a saving prince, a groom, a king, come to your rescue. Do not seek the outward things, seek the kingdom within, and all these things shall be added unto you. Do not seek your own, for God surely knows what you are in need of. There it is. How? There's two parts to it. Religion will just do one part, the action, but their heart will not be in the right place, connected with the kingdom. They won't know the other part. Get to the place of knowing how to remain content in and during the discomfort by connecting and keeping your connection of joy. Don't let anything take that joy from you. They didn't when they were in prison. Remain cheerful, remain happy, not grumbling while you're doing it. He says, "Us do the work," but when you're doing the work, don't grumble while you're doing it. So even though that discomfort is occurring, we're not grumbling because we're focusing here. Our hearts, our minds, our bodies, our souls are connected in this direction. Let your love praise to him be just as full, just as loving, just as open, just as giving, allowing to him as if you had just received it. As if you had just received it. There's a verse that talks about the ask as if you have already received it, as if you have already received it. Thank him as if you had already received it, along those lines, right? But I think we got it a little bit wrong on here because we think that have an imagination. This is like the law, I guess, of that the world uses, that think of what you already want. This is a good thing. Think of what already you want, and that you're thinking about it, you're imagining it, and then you go about acting as if you already got it. And I'm going to say that that is wrong in this perspective. It's not even expecting that you're going to receive anything. Because you, by imagining something, you're limiting God already. You're holding him back from giving it to you his way, how he wants to give it to you. We connect with the Father in that state of a child, not expecting when we are going to receive it, trusting and knowing that we will receive it. We will receive it in the perfect way. But we trust that He's going to give it to us in the right way and at the right time. All we're doing is connecting with the kingdom realm. We're keeping ourselves in that frequency. We're not thinking about how we're going to get it and what it's going to look like. We're actually finding contentment in that state of discomfort or whatever that need looks like. It's not about making it happen or visualizing it ourselves. It's about truly finding contentment in where we are right now, fully being able to praise and give thanks and worship to the Lord in love to Him, in worship to Him, in adoration to Him, fully content, satisfied, finding satisfaction in the right now moment, in the present moment. Then He provides the way He wants to provide. Then we're like, this is more than what I asked for and more than what I imagined. Let your love praise to Him be just as full, just as loving, just as open, just as giving and allowing to Him that as if you had just received it. As if you had already received. Don't let it be led any less, right? Don't let your love, flow, worship, praise, adoration to the Father be any less now in your discomfort as if you already received it. You know, when we receive something, we're just so thankful and joyful and we praise the Lord and we thank Him. He's saying, praise me, worship me, love me just as much. Not thinking that you're even going to get anything or when you're going to get it. Maybe it's somewhere in the far off, so it's too far for me to think. So I have to find contentment in where and what I am in right now. So I'm going to worship and connect with Him just in that same frequency of contentment, of love, of satisfaction. Because when you receive what you got, you're content and you're satisfied. But He's saying, be content, be in satisfaction, be in those states of worship, of love and joy and thankfulness to the Lord, even before you know He's going to give it to you. You know it's going to come, but maybe it might be a far off thing and you can't hold your breath that long. Do not let your praise and worship and love to the Father be any less, because that's the beauty. That's the key right there. That when you are in that state of frequency, that's when you draw in the blessings, the provision of the Lord to you. You become that open receptor for them to come to you and for the Father to give them to you. If you start thinking about how it's going to look like, okay, this is what I want, and I'm going to see it, like the law of attraction. I'm going to see it, and then I'm going to be really happy because I just saw it in my imagination, and I'm going to go about and start acting and be happy as if because no, you limited God. You limited God by saying, this is what I want. And God is not working within our limitations of our imagination, because He said He wants to give us more than we can imagine. So we're not supposed to imagine what it's going to look like. We're supposed to remain in the same state of love, flow, worship, praise, contentment, and satisfaction. That state in the kingdom realm frequencies, as if we already received that thing, but we don't know what that thing is. We may have a lower idea of what that thing is, but we're not focusing on even getting that thing because we don't even know when it might come. Maybe it might be too far off for us. Let that go. You can't hold on to it. God is not going to give you His version if you're still holding on to your own picture and your own imagination of that. Be content, be in the present moment. That's how miracles happen, in the present moment, in the now. Live in the now, in the present of the kingdom realms of that love, joy, peace, contentment, satisfaction. Now, as if you already received it. Don't let that be any less. That flow of worship to the Father and praise to the Father, don't let that be any less. Be it now, without expecting you'll get it, without holding your breath, without waiting for it. But we know that He will not disappoint us because we trust Him. Because in the present moment is trust. Is trust. No matter what is going on around me, I'm going to love the Father. I'm going to remain in my joy state because that's the creature, that's the being of who I am, or who I really am, a being of joy. That is my original state. That is my default state. Be like a child, knowing they will be fed and keeping their cheerfulness. Whatever you're doing, do it in cheerfulness, right? Keeping their business. They may be feeling the hunger in the flesh, but keeping cheerful, unconditionally loving, unconditionally giving and flowing love from them because they are connected with that invisible spiritual cord, umbilical cord of the Father. Keeping their cheerfulness, that's their business. It's your business to keep your cheerfulness. It's your business to keep your business. Do the work that God has called you to do. You may be feeling that lack, that problem, that hunger, but focusing on the kingdom states of cheerfulness, being fully loving, as if you already had gotten it, just the same as loving you would be as you gotten it, be the same loving now. Not loving less, and remain in your joyful frequency state, connected to that cord, that rope, or that cord of joy of the kingdom. Thank you, beloved, so much for watching this video. I know it may have been a long one. I am grateful for you. I am thankful for you. I don't want any of these gecko Lizzie things going on me, but I love you so much, and God bless you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.